with your jackass.
That's time for the donkey of the day. That's pretty funny.
Charlamagne the devil?
Possibly. The Breakfast Club.
Donkey of the day for Monday, May 4th goes to a 33-year-old police officer in New York City named Francisco Garcia. I hate the fact that I still have to call this man a police officer, but his badge number is 19234. Now, over the weekend, the NYPD was out enforcing social distancing on black people and nobody else. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, and I'm only basing that off the videos and pictures that I saw. It doesn't mean it's the truth, just telling you how it looked, because it seemed to me that I saw black folks getting manhandled and getting their asses kicked in the East Village while white folks was in the East Village Park, soaking up sun, living their life with corona, even receiving masks from police officers so they can safely get some of that not so fresh corona air. Well, while the white folks in the parks in NYC were receiving masks from NYPD officers, just 2 miles away in the Bronx on East 9th Street and Avenue D, Francisco Garcia was out abusing his power as only a person who has never been used to having power would. Okay, see, according to the NY Post, Shaquem Brunson and Ashley Serrano allegedly refused to move along and resisted cops' efforts to cuff them. A small crowd of onlookers gathered a few feet away during the tussle, and for whatever reason, this pissed off Officer Francisco Garcia, and from there, that's when all hell broke loose. Let's go to CBS 2 NY for the report, please.
Violation of social distancing orders led to a police confrontation in the East Village. Video posted on social media shows NYPD officers arresting a man near Avenue D and East 9th Street last night. The NYPD says officers instructed a group of people to disperse, and most of them complied. But investigators say one man became aggressive and resisted arrest after officers saw what they thought was marijuana. The video appeared to show one officer striking a man who tried to intervene. The police commissioner says the department is investigating and that his officers will continue their patrols. In the East Village incident, the commissioner said one police officer has been placed on modified duty.
Now, I don't like the way the media reported that. They made it sound a little too sweet, okay? They made it sound like it's just a regular day on the force. They made it sound like Francisco Garcia, badge number 19234, was just doing his job, and he wasn't. See, Officer Garcia told everyone, move the F back. And then a brother named Donnie Wright, who was a groundskeeper for the New York Housing Authority, who seemed to be concerned, as any tax-paying citizen should and would. He seemed to be concerned about the treatment that Garcia was applying to those other two people. So Garcia yells at Donnie, don't flex. What you flexing for? I'll tell you what Donnie is flexing for. He's flexing because he's tired of seeing sucker-ass human beings like you abuse the power of the police badge, okay? It's just that simple. You are pushing people to their breaking point, and in a minute, a man flexing on you is going to be the least of your worries. Now, the NYPD said Officer Francisco, badge number 19234, felt threatened when Donnie Wright struck a fighting stance. Now, FYI, this so-called fighting stance didn't get caught on video, probably because it never happened. Listen to this clip and tell me if Officer Francisco Garcia, badge number 19234, sounds like he was even remotely threatened.
No, y'all go to jail. Move the back. What you flexing for? Don't flex. Be a lot of too. Look. He ain't even do no. He ain't even do nothing. Look.
A social distancing enforcement turned into Officer Francisco Garcia living out his dreams of being a WWE wrestler. This guy just started laying the smackdown on this poor brother Donnie Wright, hit him with the rock bottom, all in the name of enforcing social distancing rules. There's layers to this donkey of the day. Number one reason he's getting donkey of the day, abuse of power, beating up on these people who pay his salary, period. Second, how you going to enforce social distancing by violating social distancing? Francisco Garcia, badge number 19234. You, sir, put your hands on people. slammed them to the ground, was all in their face. If that's how you was treating people all weekend, I am almost certain you contracted the coronavirus. You didn't have no mask on, no gloves on. You wasn't Purelling your hands after you was putting paws on people. Did that thought even run across your mind that you too are supposed to be staying 6 feet away from people, that you too can be infected if you come into too much contact with someone that's asymptomatic? You look a little chunky around the middle, Francisco, and I know you're only 33, but obesity is definitely a risk factor for coronavirus patients. So if you were to get coronavirus, Francisco Garcia, it would probably handle you the way you handled Donnie Wright. Now, let's be clear. Francisco Garcia, badge number 19234, he needs to be fired. Mayor Bill de Blasio tweeted yesterday, saw the video from the Lower East Side and was really disturbed by it. The officer involved has been placed on modified duty and an investigation has begun. The behavior I saw in that video is simply not acceptable. I hate statements like that. The reason I hate statements like that is because it insults the intelligence of us, the people. What is there to investigate? We see the video. We saw what happened. A bunch of civilians screaming for help and nobody can help them because we don't have a Black Panther Party to police the police. Who helps you when the people who are paid to protect and serve us are the ones harming us? There is no good police officer who should sit around and co-sign this kind of behavior from that badass police officer. There is a quote, I don't know who it's attributed to, but the words are, the world suffers a lot. Not because of the violence of bad people, but because of the silence of the good people. Let's remix that a little bit. Let's put a little spin on that one and say police officers suffer a lot, not because of the violence of the bad cops, but because of the silence of the good cops. If this cop, Francisco Garcia, isn't fired, then the NYPD is co-signing his behavior. That's it. You're saying what he did is okay. And that, sir, is going to lead to this. This is some words from the good brother Killer Mike. He left this comment yesterday on Sean King's page, and Killer Mike said this, and I totally agree. He says this type of officer is going to lead to a straw that broke the camel's back moment where the public pushes back. It will be ugly and violent. It will be spontaneous and brutal. He and his ego are going to cost more officers their safety and possibly their lives and the lives of the public as well. Shame on his lame ass for the damage of public trust he is causing with his bully and gang-like actions. In Killer Mike's quote, drop on the clues bombs for Killer Mike. I just want to say, NYPD, distance yourself, social distance yourself from this kind of behavior. Okay, do the right thing and put the people over police politics and fire this guy. Please let Remy Ma give Francisco Garcia badge number 19234, the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.